Okay, hello, welcome to the Iron Division 4 podcast. So, today we got a new guest here because Hoots is still missing in action. Did you know Hoots has deleted his account on League Amino?
Uh, I thought it was a joke before.
I know, I thought it was a joke before, but apparently he deleted his account on Amino. So, we're putting a missing poster for Hoots. So, if you can please find him, I'll reward you with a bunch of Amino coins. Speaking of, let's introduce our guests first. So we have Tim and we have Wizard. So
Hello.
Wizard, you're new. Introduce yourself.
I'm Wizard. I've been on League Amino for like a year maybe. So I'm pretty new compared to you guys, but I'm just trying to be active and do stuff around, so
And also, Wizard does also host NA 5v5. So,
I did. I did.
yep. So, if you ever want to get into a custom 5v5 with any of your fellow NA players on League Amino, you can do that every Friday at 7 p.m. EDT. Which is
Um
unless, of course, you have an objection to that.
I do think we need to push it up about like an hour or something because
Okay,
a
yeah.
lot a lot of people still had work.
A lot of people still had work. Okay, 8 p.m. EDT it is then.
hmm
You
Something like
see,
that.
you see, we change our ideas just like that. That is what we call instant feedback. No bureaucracy, none of that other shit. We just do changes just like that. That's what you need in League of Legends Amino. Decisions that are made by a split second. Anyway, so and you, Tim, reintroduce yourself
Reintroducing. Why do I need to reintroduce myself?
because you do.
Okay. I uh, I I played League of Legends since season one.
Mhm.
I am I'm a jungler.
Mhm.
I have a lot of opinions. I have a lot of smarties, so I know a lot of things in terms of League of Legends. And I'm here on the podcast to talk about whatever is happening in the world of League of Legends.
Okay, and for everyone else who doesn't know what League of Legends Amino is, let's show you Amino. So you can download this on the App Store and the Google Play Store. And who's really angry in the background?
Angry?
Yeah, I hear shouting in the background for some reason.
I don't hear anything.
Okay, it must be my delusional mind. Anyway, so
Uh,
Amino, you can download it on the Apple App Store or on Google Play. You have all these wonderful communities, but the best community you should be on is League of Legends Amino. And this time we do have a challenge through our exclusive LA official club account. So for only 30 coins a month, you be able to be part of this wonderful secret club community where you get to use even more of your amino coins to broadcast or profile feature, or you can even have a custom title for 300 coins. Doesn't that sound like a bargain?
no,
Well,
that's horribly expensive.
I think it is a little much, but I understand why it is the way it is.
For maximum for each, apparently. So yeah, and all of that. And also we do have the quiz this weekend. So you can take part in it, and if you win, you get amino coins, which is wonderful. So if you start a quiz now, as you can see here, and let's say for example who's the head leader of amino, I'll say I Spectre, and apparently that's incorrect because it's Matoy G. So
Sweet.
yeah. So yeah, you can actually go and take part in the quiz right now. So yeah, this is League of
Yeah.
Legends Amino. If
I
you
will
want,
say the questions are overly complicated, so you have no chance to ever win.
someone actually won. Someone got like over 400 points apparently.
Yeah, the
That's
questions
actually
are
not.
the
Yeah, you're not allowed to do hell mode. Yeah, the highest points you can get is 210.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think, even though everyone's getting 209.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Just to be fair, the questions aren't that hard, I believe. But they wanted to make it more community-driven questions, which, I mean, it makes sense, but it also doesn't make sense because I mean, I don't know what to ask.
There's a lot of
to ask about.
There's
Yeah,
a lot of
go ask,
self-promotion stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of self-promotion stuff. Well, we'll address the community stuff later on because that's usually the last segment of the show. Now, let's go over the first topic of today, which is Urgot. So, how do you feel about Urgot Changes now that they've been live for about over a week?
I mean, I have literally I didn't have much time this week to play at all.
I
So
did
for
play
me,
him.
but in retrospect, I saw it in the LEC and it did well, but it didn't do too well. I feel like Urgot is just in the same position, but now from the jungle, where he can just farm. I don't know. He doesn't feel strong to me, but I could be wrong.
I did play Urgot. I love his new ult. I think it's a great change. I love the whole sniping aspect. I love how they put I know it's broken, but I love how they put the shield on his W. It just makes more sense.
You mean the E?
I mean his E is yeah, the dash. And his W, they made it so it costs less mana every level, and then at max rank it's a toggle. And it's busted. It's more damage, and he's more damage and less tanky now. So he's more of a juggernaut he's even more of a juggernaut than he was before.
So for those who don't know, for those who don't know the context of the changes and why Urgot has been such a powerhouse in the jungle, no longer deals 10% reduced damage to enemies hit in the last 5 seconds, stacking 3 times. So pretty much is every leg shot you do from Echoing Flames will just do full damage to monsters and enemies and champions, which is why his clear is now extremely good. Not only that, but W, it being a toggle at max rank, which means that by level 9, you pretty much have excellent control over objectives such as Baron, Dragon, turrets, etc. Everything else is a bit negligible, I guess. Like his E having a shield, it's more or less a 1.1 wonder at this stage. It's like very good just to keep at rank 1 because you get it scales with bonus attack damage and it scales with bonus health. So, and it only goes by 20 each rank, so nah. But the whole sniping aspect, I do kind of agree with you, and that actually does really help jungle gank assistance. Because if you can get an enemy champion low, then pretty much Urgot can just press R and snipe them that way. So in other words,
how about instead of getting him low, using it as an engage because it is an incredible slow, and you can.
Not only the slow is also absolutely ridiculous as well. Actually, it doesn't even state the slow on here, but isn't the slow much more stronger now?
I'm not sure if it's stronger. But
I didn't actually play Urgot before the changes, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So nobody knows. Okay, good.
Nobody knows. But his impact in the LC, because he's been played in the LEC once, and he was played by Xerxes in LEC, and apparently they still lost that game.
Yeah.
So.
They did.
But I think that was more or less down to Splice than anyone else, really.
I mean, the Urgot Thursday did what he had to do, but they had just a couple of bad decisions. So I wouldn't say that was necessarily the Urgot pick that lost them, but I don't think like Urgot is heavy frontline, and if you can't do that, you die super quickly, and then it's just like, okay, well,
yeah,
that's it.
But for me though, as you can see here, let me find that Urgot change. I'm going to be using my account. I might be plat 2, so I'm almost high elo. Almost.
Diamond 3.
Yeah. I mean, I have a 52% win rate. That's not bad for getting to Platinum 2, honestly.
52?
Yeah, 52% win rate.
That's kind of standard, yeah, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, like, standard. I at least haven't spent, like, thousands of games getting to Platinum 2 like I did last season.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. But yeah, where's that Urgot change? So yeah, if you can see here, these are the 2 games I played in Urgot Jungle, and look at my rat and look at the KDA. I've had so much fun that game. Granted, it was against a bunch of bronze and silvers, but hey ho.
So, what is your opinion then?
On the Urgot.
Yeah, since you played it.
On the Urgot, I think he's like really quote unquote busted. Not, I mean, I'm probably have a very skewed opinion because I've been playing against really bad players, and it's in flex queue where basically anything in flex queue goes. But if I can get a good grasp of the champion and basically have these dominating scores, then that's an issue really for me. Like,
Alright, fair enough.
Like he's really.
I didn't play him jungle. I played him top.
Yeah. But isn't like top, like some of his matchups is a bit more harder for him now because Urgot is now weaker early game because of it.
Yeah, he loses to Aatrox now.
Yeah, there's I had some troubles, but it really did matter because I literally just ran down mid and just turned on my W in the middle of fights, and I did tons of damage, and there was like no reason, even if they ran away, I could ult them, so I could just E into a fight, and then it was enough for my team to kill people. His engage is so good.
Yeah, I can see that. But basically, is I think not many people bring Urgot to the top lane for one reason. Like, for example, is maybe before the Urgot versus Kayle matchup was probably more or less in the favour of Urgot, since he was stronger early game. Now, it's a matter of Urgot getting to level 9 pretty much, just to dominate the laning phase.
I want to say that Kayle is actually being a problem in higher elo right now.
Yeah,
so we can talk about that too if you want.
Yeah. Let's address Kayle because last week it was debatable about whether Kayle was really that good to receive such nerfs or not. Some of the high elo players were talking about her having really bad matchups. But it hasn't stopped her, and what ends up happening now is Kayle is being flexed to mid or top now.
Man, Kayle.
Well, actually, Kayle, what happens right now is everybody just picks Scleromancy, like literally everyone. And her bad early game is not bad. Like, what happens is that she just stays through the lane. Like, she doesn't need to put herself in a losing lane. She just equalizes the lane and gets gold. That's all she does.
When she is winning a lane, oh my god, it's the most cancer thing to play against. I was playing this one game when I was Renekton, and I went up against a Kayle. She literally could E me from behind the minions, and I couldn't punish her for it. 3 of her auto attacks got me low enough, so I had to back up, and I couldn't do anything in the lane. She's so oppressive when she's winning, and you can't kill her.
Yeah, I think Kayle actually reminds me of one champion that was pretty much Gangplank. It was Gangplank that was pretty much, she is the new Gangplank, I think. Because when Gangplank was first released, he was supposed to have a weak laning phase, but he was so oppressive because he didn't have to commit to it, basically.
I think the worst... Oh, no, sorry.
Yeah, basically because when he levels up, he had... Remember when Gangplank used to have 5 barrels?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically he can just plant barrels around his lane, and he will always be protected no matter what, basically, because he had so many fucking barrels as it is. And so because of that, Gangplank circumvents the laning phase through either basically teleport. Well, we didn't have Kleptomancy back then, unfortunately, so it was just something else. But basically, every time a new meta comes around, for example, Resolve Tree and Grasp of the Undying, a lot of GPs go over that mainly because to circumvent the laning phase. And so right now, it's pretty much the same situation with Kayle, where she has all these tools just to circumvent the laning phase. The fact of the matter is that Kayle is supposed to have a weak laning phase, but because of Corrupting Potion, because of Biscuits, because of the Resolve Tree, and because of Kleptomancy, she can't be punished in the laning phase because of it.
Yeah, exactly. She just stays through it, and nobody can really punish her. And like, she will just skill because she I think what the problem is right now, she skills up. Like there are other champions that also skill levels. For example, Sidra, for example, Vladimir, but like they get empowered abilities. It's not like they suddenly deal bajillion damage because their whole kit get enhanced, and that's what Kayle is. Her whole kit gets enhanced at certain power spikes, and then suddenly she takes over.
I think the worst thing about Kayle is if she's winning, she's only getting stronger throughout the entire game. Like, there's never a point in the game where she's not getting better. Even if you lose, she has such a huge power spike at so many points in the game. It's really hard to counter her at all stages. Like, say you're playing some champion and then you beat her in lane. Once she hits level 11, she can play even safer than she was if she was already playing safe. And then she just gets to level 16, and then all of a sudden she's 1v5ing.
Yeah, looking over that, Kayle still has an absurd win rate of 55.24 at this stage, according to LOL Analytics. And she has a 15% pick rate, which is kind of absurd. Ban rate's still rising as well. So
yeah, I'm considering to ban Kayle too, because I remember like hard dumpstering. This was even a Kayle jungle. It was not even top or mid. Hard dumpstering, we won every single game because I was out jungling her and whatnot. But we lost game because we won 3-3 when she was level 16. So it's kind of like the problem. I addressed this before, but the problem with Kayle is she's so strong late game that she will literally. There's no champion that can kill her, and it's literally becomes impossible to kill her if you don't have the right champions. And that's when. You literally need to CC lock her and have a chance to kill her, and that's kind of ridiculous. That should not exist.
Yeah, and going over Urgot, his win rate's also still absurd as well, and his ban rate is getting pretty high. He actually does fall off late game around 35 minutes, but he's a juggernaut. He's supposed to fall off by then.
I mean, Urgot, you need to do pretty decent early game because his early game is not stronger than other junglers, I would say.
No,
it's definitely not. And then, so you need to do pretty decent, and then you need to have a stable mid game. So I don't know. I need to test it first, but I wouldn't per definition say Urgot is super strong, but I might be wrong in the jungle. Because I've been wrong before.
True, Urgot is pretty strong, mainly because he has extremely fast clears. But basically, now that his passive doesn't do reduced damage anymore and his W is a toggle, it makes him excellent for objective controls. Pretty much is you're picking Urgot, maybe for a similar reason to Nunu or to Kalista, basically because of his absurd objective control. Because his W and his passive now basically have no reduced damage and can always be toggled on. So there's that.
Yeah, I suppose so. like I do like he is strong in the mid game, so he can do a lot
Mm.
and deny a lot.
That and also he's a great user of Conqueror, which makes him one of the few champions where it's preferable to put Conqueror on him.
Fun fact: Xerxes in LEC went to press the attack.
On Urgot?
Yeah, on Urgot.
Oh, well then again, he probably is a decent user of that as well.
Yeah, he benefits from the healing of Conqueror a lot.
Yeah, but he used press the attack in this case, which I guess makes his allies do more damage.
Yeah, and I suppose that it's burst damage too. So in a 1v1 you have like burst damage instead
True.
of consistent damage.
Mm. Yeah, definitely. Oh, speaking of, let's go over to the LEC. So, Wizard, all you need to know is this. I'm going to ask you a brilliant question, Wizard. What do you
Right.
build on Rek'Sai as a second item?
Oh, man, that's hard. I actually haven't seen Rek'Sai in forever.
So let's say you
It's not that
built.
hard.
Let's say you built Warrior.
No. Yates, hold on. Okay, everybody knows Rek'Sai goes Warrior. What would you build on a bruiser like champion in the jungle as second item?
Usually I'd build like Tiamat sometime early. Then
Yeah, Tiamat can be a good choice. But let's say you skip the Tiamat and you want damage. Like bruiser items we're talking about specifically.
I don't know. Black Cleaver.
So, yeah, Black Cleaver is exactly the right choice. So now we can talk about what Self may build. Yates, go ahead.
So basically, you're incorrect, Wizard, because Infinity Edge is the best second item on Rek'Sai.
Oh damn.
It was actually built in the LEC
Oh,
as well.
Do you know what I think?
What do you think?
I think that Self-Made, like, considering the second game they played, he didn't build Infinity Edge in the second game, by the way. I think he thought he needed to solo carry. So he wanted the definite win with the Rek'Sai, and building, like, the IE was then the ID, right?
That just sounds expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently he was... Oh, where is that video? Is it on Reddit, actually, is the question? Probably is. Because basically Self-Made, if you don't know who Self-Made is, he was part of L9.
I know who it is.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Okay.
I'm just saying it for the audience anyway. Whoever may watch this. Yep, Self-Made builds IE on them. Yep. As you can see here, the wonderful Infinity Edge.
But
Did he do an interview as to why or what?
Say again?
Did he do an interview as to why or what?
He had a Twitter post and he pretty much said before the game, Infinity Edge is the only item on Rek'Sai. So, I think he only did it for the memes.
He is part of L9 or was.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he had it at 23 minutes. He must have been like hard farming the whole game. He was only 1-1-1.
Yeah. I think he actually deleted the tweet as well. He actually deleted it. That didn't age well. Oh, wait a minute. This one. Infinity Edge on Rek'Sai is the only viable second item.
What? He's such a meme. What the heck?
Huh?
He's a meme.
Yep.
Well, if he wants to, then he can do that, I suppose. Like, it is right.
Yep. But let's go over this. So, I mean, I'm actually impressed with Splice as a whole. If they probably would.
I am not impressed with Splice. Holy fuck. I'm impressed with SK's their performance. Well, we can talk about that. Go ahead. Let's go. Let's first hear your opinion.
So I feel like basically Splice has a horrible first game. Basically all the games they were mostly playing from behind, and yet they managed to do basically fourth.
They were ahead in all the games, but we will talk about that later.
Not the fourth game. Not the fourth game. They had basically SK had control over Dragon, got every Dragon objective.
Oh, the fourth game. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. As I said, I have seen 3 games, and I know
3 games. One basically wasn't. Basically, one was a mess. The first game. Second game, I think SK had a late game comp. They picked DZ, didn't they?
Yeah. No, that was the third game.
Oh, that was third game. God damn it! I've basically gone through so many games, but regardless. Basically, Splice does need to depend on Kobe to carry through them, and pretty much Game 4 was pretty much vain. With the occasional Shen, and also Rek'Sai building Infinity Hedge also helped them. You said that you're not impressed with Splice. Is there any particular reason?
Yeah, I think they, considering the game states, they won every single early game except for game 4. Then. Well, we can talk about that a little bit later. So they won every single early game, right? So first things first, the second game, the second game, the first game they just lost due to bad decision making and good decision making from SK Gaming. So I was very impressed with SK pulling ahead in that game because they shouldn't have been able to, especially not against like the team comp. Then we will talk about the second game where SK dragged out the game for 40 minutes, 50 minutes, something like that, against a late game team comp with a skirmisher comp. That's not easy to do, by all means. Like I think the caster said it as well. They had SK had such a hard comp to execute, and they are the rookies, right? They essentially are new to the stage. So from that perspective, I'm not impressed by whatever Splice is doing. They should have won that game way earlier with their team comp because they have like late game, they are scaling, they essentially after like 30-35 minutes they have the opportunity. They were ahead too. So they should have hard won the game. Now the third game, I have seen a little. This is when I believe SK fell behind, but SK did have 2 Infernal Dragons. But I'm sure. I'm pretty sure Splice is to control after taking Baron, and that's it. But essentially, Splice in theory should have had 3 Heartstorms, but they fucked up. So yeah, I'm very impressed with how SK was playing those games.
So next week's probably going to be Splice versus Fnatic, I think. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. And it's OG versus versus G2. We will see how that goes. So, I'm more hyped for that than Splice versus Fnatic because I think Fnatic can easily beat Splice. I think Fnatic would have had more trouble with SK one.
Okay, yeah. So going over predictions then. I'm just going to give a blind prediction to Wizard, even though he probably doesn't see the LEC much. Between G2 and Fnatic, who's going to win the LEC Spring Finals?
Between G2 and Fnatic?
Yep.
Oh, man. I mean, you're right. I don't watch the LEC at all. I've seen Fnatic play a bit. I don't know who they are, and I've seen G2 play a bit. I think they're both really good teams. Wasn't Caps on Fnatic?
He was on Fnatic, now he's on G2.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he switched, didn't he? I heard about that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
basically, they got a rookie mid laner named Nemesis.
Nemesis is not a rookie. He played in Turkish league, I believe.
Yeah,
Probably.
but
I'm not
basically,
sure about it.
any player that comes to the LEC, it seems like we call them rookie players. But it does seem like players that went to the Turkish league and then moved over to the LEC are pretty much good players. Caps was there, Whippo, Nemesis, even Xerxes was really good as well. Xerxes came from the Turkish league. In fact, I do think Xerxes is one of the most innovative jungler. He pretty much picked risky picks like Ivern at the time and Warwick. In fact, he was pretty much the only Warwick player in the LEC overall. But yeah, between Wizard, who would you bet on between G2 and Fnatic?
Well, I really like Caps, so I'd probably pick G2 just because he's on it. But I know that Fnatic is like the big EU team, well, at least over here. It's like that's like the big EU team that everyone talks about.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But to be fair, it could be that Fnatic don't even make it to the finals.
Yeah, true. This could always be Splice could always beat them, and if not Splice,
No. Origin,
oh yeah,
they
Origin.
lose. They will come in the loser bracket, but they will play Fnatic or Splice. It's so yeah.
Oh yeah,
Origin get a two. Because they got second place, they get 2 chances to make it
true.
to the finals.
Yeah, to be fair, Origin has a chance to win it all. Really, they've been improving a lot, and I am quite impressed with Origin. Like, think he's back. He's back to his old self. Who's
New Duck?
Yeah, not just Newt Duck. The support player, Miffy.
Yeah.
Because Miffy pretty much was a dumpster fire on. I'm not gonna say he was a dumpster fire on TSM. TSM had a lot of problems that time.
I
Honestly,
think TSM is like more garbage than they've ever been.
well, they actually are.
Right now.
They actually have won every game so far, and they went 2-0 against Team Liquid. Right now, TSM is actually getting back to its old self now.
I don't like how they are.
Pretty well.
Yeah.
I like how Dirksen put it the best way. They always fall behind early game, but they always win.
Yeah.
So they need to fix it up. But yeah.
Speaking of, let's go over NALCS stuff. We're not talking about the finals. We're not going to be talking about the games this weekend, but let's go over the past spring split. Rather, let's talk about 100 Thieves. Wizard, how do you feel about 100 Thieves?
Man, you're talking to the wrong guy. I don't watch LCS at all.
God damn it! You're American. You should be at least know about
Just
stuff.
because I'm American doesn't mean I'm like hyped for LCS like everyone else is.
No, I mean, like, I thought you knew about 100 Thieves, like dumpster fire.
I don't.
Okay.
I know who they are, but and I've seen some of their stuff, but I don't watch them consistently.
Well, this is all worthless then.
I mean,
Wow.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I know that they're losing like everything.
Oh, they lost everything. Even with having
They had 3 wins. They didn't lose everything, okay?
they lost with Bang on their team. Bang from SKT.
Bang is absolute. I mean, Bang literally got hard carried by Faker at least 2 seasons. So,
Yeah, apparently Bang was pretty much an Ezreal player. That's I think 100 Thieves wants to refund him back probably. Either that or just get rid of
yeah.
either that or get rid of Aframu.
Yeah, they have to. Aframu is the shot caller, but he has a big ego. And the problem with that is I've been saying this for a while. I used to like Aframu, but like the moment he was talking about the shitty times where he was like, I don't want to play with Cody's son because Cody's son is absolutely terrible or some shit. I just like, holy fuck, you just roast your own teammate and force him out of your team. Like, how? Like, what is the mindset of this guy?
Like,
He's never gonna succeed.
Like, I remember the time when, remember the controversy back then when Double Lift got kicked off the team?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, everyone.
I remember.
Yeah, sort of.
That's actually back when I did watch LCS.
And there was like inkling rumors at the time that pretty much whatever Aframu say goes, and it seems like to carry over into 100 Thieves. Did it with Cody's son. And it went to a point where, because Cody's son was actually a really decent performing ADC, and they didn't even play him even when it came to Worlds. Like, 100 Thieves had the worst performance ever. So, I don't know.
Aframu, I mean, they're kicking Aframu off the team right now. Pretty sure. Because Aframu didn't play the last couple of games.
Who played the last
one of
couple?
the teams.
I think
that's a mid laner from another team. I forgot all those.
I think they just used all. I think they used all the academy team subs really more than anything else.
Yeah, but they always swapped out Aframu for something else though. In one other teams, that is.
Okay.
I do know that Cloud9 switched everybody up in the last game, and the Cloud9 I mean, it was kind of funny. They were like, holy shit, Cloud9 Academy team beat the real LCS team 100 teams. And I'm just like, but they have Golden Glue and all the other crap and Leverfish and shit.
Yeah,
like,
Golden Glue and blah blah.
Yeah. And then I'm just like, these people are not rookies. Hello?
Yeah. Hello? That's hilarious.
I mean, I think it just proves that you can't throw a bunch of really good players in a team and it just works magically. I think there has to be some connection and synergy between the players themselves.
Like
you don't need Aframu in your team.
No,
I think Aframu isn't as good as people make him out to be.
Yeah.
Basically, Aframu hasn't been great since Rush Hour bot lane. Like, that was pretty much his prime.
I would say so too, yeah.
Yeah, after that, Double Lift is still doing really well. He's probably still one of the best ADCs in North America.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I think he's still holding that title pretty well actually.
There's like a Double Lift. We have the memes on Worlds. He's shit. Mm-hmm. Internationally, it's shit. But like in LCS, he's destroying every single other AD carry.
Yeah. Now let's move on to the actual subject, the one that I did title it. Is SKT back?
Yes.
SKT?
Yep.
I mean,
I
have no idea.
So basically, if you want some context, the team from last year that you're known as SKT with Bang, Wolf. Who was the top laner? Who was the top laner at the time? Was it Foul?
I have no fucking clue.
They changed the top laner so many times because it was a dumpster fire. Same with Jungle. They had Blossom for a while, and he didn't do well, and they went back to
Jungle.
Yeah, they went back to the other person, which is Blank. And well, you know what they say about Blank. He became like such a meme. But yeah, so
Blank was mechanically gifted, and the moment he joined LCK and SKT, he had like that 1 year when Bengi was still on the team.
Yep.
And then he was subbed into the finals twice, and they lost both games, I believe. And no, he won one, and then he lost one, and they were like 2-2, and they subbed in Bengi, and Bengi just literally picks up the new lead. Never shown in pro play that year. He never played Italy a single game. Shows up in Italy, and then they win Worlds. It's kind of like, what is Blake doing? But then you would expect that Blake, after that experience, would get better, but he didn't. Like, it was the same story with Pina. Pina didn't get better either. He just didn't work.
Yeah, so right now, if you don't know the team makeup for it, right now, Wizard, Faker is still in the mid lane, so he hasn't changed at all. He hasn't left.
Yeah, that's the only person I know on the team.
But right now they do have a bunch of top laners. You heard of Khan?
I do know Khan, actually. I've heard that he's like the best top laner in the world at one point.
Yeah, he's now on
Yeah,
SKT.
It was. It was in KT. It was the best top laner, or was it Rox Tigers?
No, it wasn't Rox Tigers. It was King's.
KT.
It was King's Own Dragon X.
Yeah, pretty sure when he made his debut, it was in KT. Well, we can look it up. Don't worry.
No, he was in Longzhu Dragon at the time.
Oh, Longshu. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Sorry,
Yeah, and then they renamed it to,
yeah.
So basically, the standings right now for ALCK is Griffin is still number 1, but SKT is number 2 now.
Yeah, we can talk. We can talk about the sandbox to Smash from SKT.
But yeah, these are all the top laners. So Faker, I haven't seen Leo being played, and it's just Teddy mainly. So Teddy, Klid is the jungler, which Klid is fucking pretty good actually.
Kled is annoying.
Kled, are you talking about Kled the champion or Klid the jungler?
Oh, I didn't know there was a player called that.
Yeah, it's called Klid. You can see here. Like Klit.
Oh.
Demonitor.
I will tell you something funny for the viewers too. Klit, is I believe I said it last week too, but Klit did an interview where he explained that he was a Bronze 5 Teemo mate. He used to look up Teemo guides everywhere. And then one day he couldn't find the right Teemo guide, and he found the Lee Sin guide, and look where he is now.
Goes to show that if you're a Bronze 5 Teemo main, you can become challenger in the LCK on the best team in the world.
In the world?
Yeah, very much.
Well, to be fair, right now it's either Fun plus Phoenix or Team IG Invictus game, and that could still be the best.
I think they are the team with the greatest legacy in the world.
Yeah, so he's on the team with the greatest legacy in the world, correct. So in which cases, if you're a Bronze 5 Teemo main, don't worry, you could just be just like him and be on the top team in the world.
Just like Faker.
Just like Faker.
I mean, it's hilarious. Well, to be fair, I think I'm not impressed with IG, by the way. I've seen some of their games, but they just do the regular rookie smashes lane, so we win. So basically, like I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm just saying I'm not impressed by their performance.
It's Fun
like,
plus.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
I know. I was saying, do you feel like Fun plus Phoenix would be the team that represent China?
I think so. They are really good. They like even if they are like 10k behind, like they do like what Griffin does. They just team fight. They just make the right decisions, and they know very well how to evaluate a situation and come back. Like they're pretty much Griffin of China at the moment. I would say.
Okay, that's fine. So I guess really is, I know it's a shorter subject for the SKT versus Griffin. Not really much to discuss about. I'm betting my heart on, it seems like not heart, but more or less I feel like SKT is probably going to win the LCK at this rate, unless basically.
I think so too. Have you seen King's Zone versus Griffin?
Mm-hmm.
King's Zone is the third seed, right, at the moment.
Yeah, King's Zone's done really well though.
King's Zone smashed Griffin.
Yep.
2-0, and they didn't even like it's not like Griffin was like behind, right? Griffin was 5k ahead in one game. They just got out team fight. Jovi made a huge blunder, and like King's Zone just they just pushed the button hard on Griffin, like from that point forward. It is insane. And then I'm looking at what, like, then we will look at the upset, like or not the upset, but like that Griffin won versus SKT.
Mhm.
That was a super close series. SKT should have won that series.
Mm.
If I look the comparison to what SKT brings to the table in every single of their games,
Mhm.
like they bring more to the table than Griffin does. And in fact, I believe that since SKT is actually improving every single game, I believe that in the best out of 5, it will be probably a 5-game series, but SKT will win because they improve.
Mhm.
I don't think Griffin improves. And Griffin have 2 weak sides. One, their top laner is by far, he's maybe top 5. He's not good. He's not like a solid player. Well, and if you look at the rest of Griffin, Chovy in the mid lane, solid player, Viper in the bot lane, solid player, right? But then you have this Carson in the jungle. It's like the most praised juggler at the moment in the LCK. But and then you have like Sword. He's just there, right? He's so overshadowed by the rest of his team. Like
Isn't
yes, he has some good picks,
mhm.
but he's not like a good top laner.
isn't
So
S-
if I look at actually, oh, go ahead, sorry.
no isn't Sword like basically everyone memes that he's just an Urgot player?
He plays Urgot Jungle. He has never lost a G-Shot. But to be fair, his team is winning a lot, so that doesn't say much. But but in retrospect, if we like Sport plays Sion, Urgot, and Jace, those are like his 3 picks, which makes sense if you can't play a tank, fall 100 CS behind, and basically be as impactful as always.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense, right? But let's point out there are two weak things to Griffin: drafts and top lane. What is weak at SKT? They have good drafts, and they have pretty much. They don't have a weak side. Khan since he stepped up, he is considered the best top laner at the moment. Faker is Faker. You know, you say his name, you know what he can do, and you know who he is. They have Clit. Clit is very impressive. He plays multiple champions. He is pretty much a Lisa main at heart, of course, but like he plays multiple champions. He can't really target him. He always has a good performance. And then you look at Teddy Amara. He was just like, well, you know what Teddy can do on every single champion in the League of Legends that is considered an AD carry. And you know what like Teddy and Ruler are probably both like with Viper in the mix. Like Viper is by no means a bad ADC. He's very good. But like those are the 3 like I can't really measure them accordingly. Teddy has moments where he's like, okay, that's the best ADC. Viper has this moment where it's like Viper is the best ADC. And then you have Ruler. Ruler is like, okay, he has this moment where he's the best ADC. So between that's literally the top 3 teams as well, which is kind of funny. It's kind of hard to measure where they all rank up, but like Teddy Amada, like Wada is very good support too. He's also the top 3 or top 2. So it's kind of like, where is SKT's weakness? They don't have one right now. If they keep performing at the level they do right now, well, Griffin clearly does.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that.
Okay. So and that's the general summary on the SKT versus Griffin matchup. So with a quick prediction for you, SKT versus Griffin, who do you think will win LCK?
So Griffin's in the lead and SKT's like 2nd place.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, SKT looks prepared. They have like a sub player for every single thing. I think
they do.
They look ready for like every situation.
Mm-hmm.
They look like they could win like anything.
True.
I don't know anything about Griffin. I don't know why they're in the lead.
Oh,
So
because it's kind of funny. But I can explain it a little bit because you don't know. Griffin actually won everything up until like 2-3 weeks ago, and then they had a 2-0 week or a 0-2 week. I mean, where they got swiped by the bottom tier teams. They got swiped by Gen G, which like what, like 8th place or something, or 7th.
Yep.
And then they got wiped by Africa Freaks, was like 6th or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So then they suddenly lost against like they did all the hard work. They won against Sandbox, who was like 4th. They won against SKT, which was a very close series, by the way, but they did win. So they did all the hard work, and then they suddenly lost against the bottom tier teams, and then they started to pick it up again. They suddenly hard smashed like all the others up until like last week or like a couple days ago, where they had to play King Zone. King Zone is number 3, and they got 2 open King Zone, which means that statistically speaking and performance speaking, that doesn't look good on paper. If you went like what 11-0, 12-0.
Apparently they have an excuse for it. I think Griffin's coach said that they're intentionally trying out different compositions and different strategies. So because they're guaranteed first anyway.
Yeah, but that if you can make that excuse always, you can always say, "Oh yeah, we're trying something," but
yep, doesn't look good regardless. So yeah,
you know, I mean, to be fair, like if you heard LS is like one of the casters in the LCK, and he is a coach for BBQ. LS actually said that he considers like Jin Green Air is like 8th place. They're like the lowest tier at the moment. The lowest. They only won one singular game. He said that he believes that there are 5 teams in the challenger bracket that are better than Jin Green Air in the LCK at the moment. That means that all those 5 teams can potentially replace Jin Green Air in the LCK. But he also went on to say how they would match up against KT, Genji, and Africa Freaks, and he actually said that all those teams have better players than Africa Freaks players, but he doesn't think that any team in the Challenger Series would be able to beat Africa Freaks because Keen, the top laner, because Keen is so incredibly good. Like, that is his opinion. That's kind of funny if you believe that one player is so good to single-handedly smash all the teams, even though the rest matches up.
Yeah.
And we kind of saw it. We kind of saw it against Griffin, who King kind of was the one that gave them the wins against Griffin.
Yeah. Feels like Sword is the weak link, and I'm wondering if Griffin will address that in the summer split.
They have to. I mean, they can't replace him in the summer split unless they have a substitute, but I'm not sure if they do. Because Griffin has only 7 players. But so in summer split you can't like buy new players. That's in the new season. But if Griffin want to ever win an 18-0 split and ever want to continue on to and ever want to win the LCK, because they never seem to be able to. Last season they fucked up. They lost against Jin Green Air, by the way, last season. That was kind of funny. They have to replace Sword. There's no way. Sword is like 5th or 6th. Like the bottom tier teams have at least their top lane is just as good as Sword, or better. Like Keen is by far better than Sword, but Keen is considered the best top laner amongst Khan as well. Like he doesn't match up against any good top laner. He just gets stomped. Like he has like 3 picks, that's just that, but that's not enough, unfortunately, for the LCK.
Okay. So with that subject is done. Then we'll revisit this at another point, especially when it comes to the finals. That's what I'm going to be really looking at. So let's move on to League of Legends community stuff. So this is a segment where we look at people's blogs. So Wizard, are you ready?
I am.
Let's see. Let's look at Kindred. So, kids, if you're underage, please don't look at this.
Oh shit, the Kindred art.
Yeah. Demonetized, censored, blocked, disapproved by Amino. Your parents do not want to see this. But yeah, how do you feel?
Amino like it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to ask how you feel about it.
Me?
Yeah, well, both of you.
I think the whole point of Kindred is to be a lamb, so technically speaking, that's not even close to true, but it looks good.
Yep.
Why is Wolf...
I mean, like... Oh, go ahead, sorry. I thought you were finished.
No, that's fine.
So
go ahead. Silence awkward. Okay, I will just say what I have to say, then you can again add on to your shit. Okay, so basically, I mean, Zori is known to troll women a lot, like in a lot of, I would say, provoking ways. Is it the right term? I don't actually think that's the right term. But what I mean is that Zori's art style is always driven to make female characters look as feminine as possible. I think he did it with this one again. But the problem here is that it doesn't look like a lamb. He made it look like a human. And I have seen a lot of Kindred art look like a human because apparently people like that because apparently people fantasize about fucking lamb. I mean,
you know what's really hilarious though is Wolf doesn't even look like a wolf. He looks like a dog, more or less.
That's what I was saying. Why did they try to make Wolf actually more realistic, but then they just changed a lamb into a human?
I think they don't want to feel guilty for fucking lamb. I think
that is exactly what I said.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like the Kindred artwork where it's like an actual lamb with an actual wolf. I think that's where it's the real fan art is.
Yeah. Let's just say this: Ori is one of the most talented artists we have on Amino. I would personally say his drawings are top notch. But what he chooses to draw is, in my opinion, sometimes questionable. It's like the other artist. I forgot her name.
Oh, you're talking
she
about.
Draws...
Are you talking about Angel Miko?
No. It's not an artist on Amino. It's an artist like a league artist at least. But there's this league artist that draws like every single league character extremely busty, if you know what I mean. Like with extreme waist, with extremes. And then artist is that I don't know if he or she actually. I call it a she, but I don't actually know. That artist has like the art is top notch. Like the details, like how it looks. Like it's a digital artist, so of course it looks a bit better. But like it's basically comparable to Zori. Maybe Zori is a little bit better, but like you know what I mean. But it's like the proportions are so unrealistic, and that's just kind of like what Zori does with this realistic artist because he chooses always to put women in such an extreme spot. At least that's my opinion. I have not seen Zori's every single art, but everything he posts on Amino is something close to that.
Let's look at this one. So this one's part of an art race, and that's from Mega. So Zodiac theme, and it's going to be Star Twins, Lulu, and Zoe. So
that's hella cute. That's actually hella cute, to be honest.
Yep.
That looks like Soraka.
Looks more like Soraka. Star Twins, Lulu and Zoe. Okay, so apparently it's Lulu and Zoe according to her, but hey ho.
I mean, I can definitely see it.
Yeah.
I can definitely see it's Lulu and Zoe because Lulu has like the scepter, and then Zoe has like the long hair.
So yeah.
I mean, Zoe's obvious.
Yeah. I guess this one's Zoe.
I suppose you could see Soraka, but Soraka's also a unicorn, and I don't see a unicorn, so that's my logic.
Yeah. Plus,
I know it's Lulu. I was just saying it looked kind of like Soraka when I first saw it at first glance.
Okay, that's fair enough.
And also, here's a writer's challenge. So pretty much this is a story.
Yates, read us a bedtime story. Go.
Okay. So, BAM! There was a satisfying sound every time. Using my gauntlets to break down a door was easy, as sheet metal is nothing compared to my strength. Hey, Kate, I've got to keep right. My sentence was cut short quite rudely by an explosion on the other end of town. Why was it always Piltover getting so much trouble? It was never this bad in Zorn. I heard Kate call her troops to the other side of town to let me handle the suspect here. It was supposedly only one other Zornite, some scrappy kid who's been giving the law here a lot of trouble. I took a step into the massive chamber when I noticed something strange. There was what looked like a glowing blade lying in front of a wall, one with no owner. Chemtech clearly. There was also guards thrown all over the place, but wherever. And that's where we'll stop. So if you want to read more of this, just go on to here and saying who wants to beat down is by Nona the Strong. So
Good.
My predictions is that she's talking about Echo.
Yeah, probably.
Mhm.
And Lulu animation. Oh, good lord.
No. We need to look at the Evelyn art for sure.
Well, what Evelyn art?
There you go. There
Oh.
it is.
Okay. So, as you can see, Tim is a Evelyn one trick, so he has a lot to say about this.
Now, what is to say about this? The hips look out of proportion, but it's the pose as well. It's kind of a unique drawing, though. Like, the art style is not very defined.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's unique about it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it looks pretty neat, though. It looks just classic, I would say.
She's thick.
She's thick as fuck, but then we already knew from the
Yeah.
animated video clip.
And what about you, Wizard? What do you think?
Better than anything I could ever come up with and draw.
Okay. I mean,
Better than what I could.
A lot of self-confidence. I like it.
yeah. And let's look at the Lulu animation. So apparently this is promoted by, basically Sushi. So
No, I think Sushi just asked for the Lulu animation and he did
yeah.
it, I suppose.
Oh, it's one of
Okay.
those 60 things.
Okay, are you ready for this beauty?
Yeah, I'm ready for the 12 seconds.
It's 4 seconds.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
I like it. I like it so much. I think that's actually pretty clever because honestly, that is legit how I feel when I'm like juggling and I'm Evelyn and when I want to update it to a little good speed of polymorph and that thing gets like becomes like Shogun and then I die. Yeah,
Okay.
that's exactly how I feel.
And let's just do this cosplay apparently. So we do get cosplay that come in now and then. So a Carly cosplay looks decent actually.
It looks pretty good. But the mask is bought, I believe. Or no, he made this one himself? Or is this... I know that Riot sold the mask, so I'm not sure if this one is sold or made.
Yeah. I mean, we can get more clarification from that. So, okay. Okay, and last of all is... So we do these 5v5 customs. This is the game that I did do. And Wizard actually hosted this. So, Wizard, how did it go, the 5v5, when you hosted it?
We actually did end up getting enough people. There was a few people that we had a few extra people that said that they couldn't make it, or like people that said, "Oh, if in 30 minutes I can be there," or something like that. So we had more than enough.
Okay,
We did 3 custom games. We did the first normal draft game. We just did it normal. Then we did an ARAM. Then we did the wet noodle fight. Even though I think some people definitely went the more cheesy strats, like picking people like Nasus.
Apparently, from what I've heard, some people went tank Vladimir, and it took a long time to kill him, according to Cloudy.
That was me. I was playing on an account with no champions, and he's free to play, and I'm like, hell yeah. Oh yeah, I have the damage from that game. I did the most.
Oh wow. Okay. So
That's
That was
cool.
that was a really fun game, despite everyone not having like
damage
some people
items.
saying that. Yeah, people said that it was not that much fun just because the other team picked a lot of champs that were really good, like Pyke. His execute is really good in games where you do no damage, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Pyke is good in like in the ranked games too, like because Pyke can deal the damage himself. Like I'm not talking about Noodle fight, but I'm just saying in general, like he can do the damage himself, and then he just like follows it up with the execute, which is like 30% of level 16. So
I thought it was really
Nice.
good. All three games went pretty successful. There was no toxicity whatsoever in like all chat or anything.
So
oh shit,
we went
our
on- we-
AOS games. You played actually with a friend of mine. His name is Bartender, right?
Sure. I don't know.
What's his game name? Well, whatever.
So basically, in other words, the NA games are pretty much. We did try to do this in the past as basically EOS players, who actually tried to do a League Amino tournament. So basically, what I mean by League Amino tournament, it's pretty much the clash tournaments that we kind of did for EOS, and that was kind of a success. We tried to replicate it in North America, and then it actually didn't work out well, unfortunately. So we were always hesitant about doing these events in North America, mainly because of the lack of player base. But it does seem like NA does have enough of a player base on Amino to actually sustain the 5v5s. So we're trying to do this. We're doing this every Friday. In terms of the hours pushed, we're probably going to be pushing it an hour forward. As Wizard rightly pointed out, some of you are still at work.
And I think you should give people more than a day to prepare.
To be fair, we did cancel it for the weekend. You just basically messaged me to say I'm still doing it, so it was short notice, unfortunately. I'm gonna post a blog later on, basically showcasing.
To be fair, though, wait. To be fair, though, I thought Koga was gonna host it in the first place. Like the week before, when we had the week before when we had our AUS games, right?
Yep.
Discussed like with I believe Specs was there too, and two other people. I don't remember, but we discussed Kona was gonna host it, and Kona agreed to it. Then
yeah,
and then I don't know what
I
happened
talked to
that.
Kona about it. Kona had work when we did it, so she couldn't even play.
Yeah, fair enough. He was very busy usually.
Yeah. So basically, we're trying to split the responsibility on the EUS one, but that's going to be dependent. Mainly, it's going to be me hosting the games anyway. Unfortunately, there's going to be some weekends where I'd be unable to. So in which case we're really working on this behind the scenes kind of thing. We are actually working with leaders on it. So pretty much this is not just one random people doing it whenever we can. We are actively working with the leader team and the moderation team just to make sure that these do get off to successful starts. And also in the future, we will be introducing some sort of rewards or like tournament stuff into it so people can get prizes for winning.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's not just Amino coins. I am willing to give out skins for it, so there's that. Or RP giveaways. Which, speaking of, we need to basically get this popular to a point where Riot is willing to partner with us. Like their Riot partnership scheme.
Don't you need, like, how many subscribers do you need? 1,000?
About 50,000.
I believe that.
I think about 5,000 or 50,000, not too sure. You need
I thought that
It wasn't known that much, but it was a lot.
I thought that was more of a YouTube and Twitch thing.
Yeah, YouTube and Twitch thing. Like, I do have a Twitch channel, but I actually don't actively stream on it. It's something that I will need to actually set up properly. But the thing is, though, is that I'm trying to look for a specific style that I do want to carry over into my Twitch streaming. And right now, basically, I don't know whether if I want to be funny and comedic or more informative. Here's a couple of things that I will point out. We're going to be doing over PB patch note reviews. So we always review PB in the middle of its cycle and talk about if the changes are good or bad. We're also kind of expecting a new champion to be revealed, but we're not entirely sure yet if it's going to be this PBE or the next PBE. For those who don't know, the new champion is going to be a support, and the things we know about it is going to be a cat-like support, and it's supposed to have some sort of attach mechanic. But these things always constantly change anyway. Other than that, though, what do you have to say in summary, thoughts, Wizard?
In summary, for Urgot, I think I don't necessarily think he's busted. I just think that he's a really big champion that does a lot of damage, and he doesn't take a lot of damage. And a lot of people don't know how to get around that. But in teams, he's really bad. He's really bad in team fights.
Mm-hmm.
He's really good alone.
But then your opinion for Kayle is that she needs to be nerfed.
In Kayle, I think that she needs to be nerfed somehow. I don't know how. I think that she's really strong in certain matchups. I think that when she's strong, she's too strong.
True.
Because if she's winning, there's nothing you can do, and she's only getting stronger, and she's always going to outscale you. Because at level 16, she's supposed to beat everyone.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. If you get there, you win.
True.
And
my major concern with nerfing Kayle, though, is she's only able to survive the laning phase through Kleptomancy, through Corrupting Potion, through runes in Resolve, as well, like Revitalize maybe I've seen some Kayle players go, but it's mainly like Biscuits, Corrupting Potion, Kleptomancy. That is really helping her circumvent the laning phase.
Well, not entirely. You take Revitalize, then
Revitalize.
And ball plating because you also negate burst. So
yeah. So
I think if they were to nerf her, I would just say they have to nerf her when I think they would nerf her base attack speed. It would help people kind of fight back early because her passive already gives her so much attack speed and damage. That magic damage is brutal to people that aren't ready for it.
Well, to be honest, she doesn't even really build magic damage. She builds full crit.
And she can build full tank. When I've played Renekton, she literally she went Corrupting Potion, and she went Tabi and full tank afterwards.
Oh, really? Because most people just want like the full crit burst.
Yeah, it's either full crit or it's the Nash's Tooth build. So AP build comes online quicker for her, but crit build scales better is the argument.
She just has so much built-in damage already. Like her E is percent missing health, and the cooldown on her E is nothing. Because every single time you go up to auto attack a minion, she has it up and she'll use it on you, and it just does more and more damage every time she uses it. And it's ranged, so you can't. There's no counterplay.
So apparently Kayle does need. She's getting more nerfs on nerfs for next patch, but we went over those nerfs.
Yeah, but I have no faith in Riot because the last time how they nerfed her was like nerf early game, and I'm just like, what?
And buffer.
Like, that makes no sense.
And buffer W.
Yeah, and I was just and now they're and then they nerfed the W. And now I don't know what they're doing now, but it's just like Riot is like, oh my god, this champion is bad early game, so we need to make it worse because that's supposed to be your weakness. But what they like, I think I understand them. Like, I think what they are thinking is like, okay, we made Kayle a level-based champion. Oh, hey, by the way, why you go Kleptomancy as well is if you get this potion of skill, You can get up, you can get a skill level up, and because it's a level-based champion, a skill-based champion in your skills, it becomes like easier and faster and etc. But the way I think Riot is thinking, we made her the way she is, so we will keep to that strategy. So they want to keep intact that that they want to keep that intact that she skills. By the way, that's a small thing because it's luck of the draw. But he played with the Rude King into Rage Blade build that you did as well, Yates, and he got a pentakill.
Yeah, I saw that. I actually saw that in a highlight. He just walked in their base and killed them all.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I actually like Kayle's kit. I think that she fits in League of Legends just fine. Like she gets stronger over time, but she's not the best early. I like how I think she should be bad versus certain champs. I think she should be like every other champion. She shouldn't just be good in every situation like she is now.
Yeah.
That is exactly my point. If I am a 19-0 Evelyn, I don't want to face a kill that's level 16, 0-5, has 3 items, but because it's kill, she one-shots me. I don't want to be that player.
Yeah,
that feels so bad. That feels so bad. I want to be able to just kill her and then have her off the map. I don't want to deal with her. And I don't want to send 5 people to just be able to get out alive. Because that is basically it. If you send 3 people, she one-shots all 3 of you, you lose the game. If you send 4 people, she one-shots all 4 of you, and you lose the game. If you send 5 people, you might make it out alive, but she might make a pentakill. Like how's that balanced?
Yeah, she really rewards playing safe, and there's not a lot of skill involved with when she gets strong.
I mean, my summary would be: we started talking off about kill. Is that right? Or we talked about something else in the beginning. What was it again?
Urgot.
Urgot.
Oh yeah, Urgot. Yeah, that one. I mean, we talked about Urgot Jungle. My predictions is it's not too strong. I think he has a lot of counters, especially early on. He can't be too aggressive. The buff / changes, whatever you want to call it.
You really just have to be at the right place at the right time.
So, and what's your summary thoughts, Tim?
That worked for him. Conqueror being the better one, in my personal opinion. Press the attack being the one that is played in LEC. On top of that, his ultimate rage is what makes him predictably strong in the jungle, I would say. Then we have Kayle that we talked about. Kayle is too strong at the moment in every aspect of the game. She farms safe, skills too well, has no counters, feels too oppressive, limited options, and makes you play the game differently. And then we have then we talked about LCK, I suppose, that's a bigger topic. I feel like we've also talked about LEC. I mean, LEC predictions would be Fnatic versus G2 finals, and then Fnatic winning. That would be my predictions. Because they are in my opinion, the better team, and G2 is on paper the better team than everybody else. Then LCK is actually like kind of similar predictions. Once playoff starts, I would say that the finals is SKT versus Griffin, and I would say SKT is on paper with recent performances the better team.
And also Jin being guaranteed to be relegated.
Yeah, Jin is guaranteed to be relegated.
Oh yeah, by the way, my prediction for that is SKT.
Okay.
I don't think I said that earlier.
Yeah, that's fine. So other than that, that's all done, folks. So we're going to be back here next week.
Next week we can talk about LCS. Woo! Everybody hype! North America getting into the picture. Oh.
Yep, and we might be able to talk about the new champion if it gets revealed. We might even do a reaction to it. So we're going to be if the trailer does hit, we're all going to be talking about the new champion. We're going to get a couple of e-girls on here, hopefully. We're just going to bribe them with skins. That's how we get them on. What skins do you think they're like? What skins do you think they're like?
What skins?
Yeah.
About what? In general?
No, basically to get an e-girl to come onto our reaction thing.
Get the new cat versus dog skins.
Okay. That works.
That would work.
Okay. If you're an e-girl and you want to react to the new support with us, you get a free corgi skin.
Yeah, corgi.
Yeah, corgi. Other than that, though.
You already gifted me a. Oh, what the heck?
Oh yeah, and you never really picked it. Okay, so
yeah, no, I picked it, but the stupid game didn't let me.
Remember
that?
Because it was bugged. All right, yeah, no. So, being serious though, with everything all said, we'll see you next week on the Iron Division 4. Other than that, take care and don't int in Tim's solo queue games.
Yay.
But int in Wizards NA solo queue games.
You're free to do so.
For fun region.
For fun region. Bye.
For fun.